Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for clicking. Before I start, I just want y'all to say thank you by clicking that like button. Yeah, click that like button. And we are going to begin. I'll wait for a few of you guys to comment so I know that you guys are here. Looking in something right here. Okay, so oh, I see some people. Hey, Uncle Sprinkle. Yeah. So this video is going to be titled, If You Are Not in Love, You Are Friends. And a lot of people come to my channel looking for relationship advice and things like that. And I am not an expert at relationship advice. But what I can do is tell you my truth and what I know and what my opinion is. Love, being in love, and friendship are not the same thing. And a lot of people, when they base their ideal partner on a certain image that they have in their mind, it is based on this romantic love. And a lot of people don't realize that that is kind of fleeting unless you work at it every day. And in my last video, I kind of explained how romantic love is not one-sided, it's a lifestyle. Okay, so if you're trying to have a romantic love forever, you have to have a romantic life forever. Okay, that's what it is. So that romance, when it comes to like first dating and honeymoon stage of any relationship, is going to be super romantic and fun, and you're going to be all in love. But then after that feeling starts to wear off or gets less and less or just turns into a different type of relationship, then you're going to need something else, like the ability to have a friendship. And sometimes people aren't in love, but they love. They're not in love. It's a totally different type of feeling. So those friendships, I would say, are probably a longer lasting bond. That's why you see a lot of people that have stayed married for a long time are more like friends versus this whirlwind romantic relationship that we see on movies like The Addams Family. Okay. But they had to work at that. They had to, they lived this entire lifestyle that represented their relationship. So, in your lifestyle needs to represent the relationship that you're trying to have. So, if you're not always trying to be all lovey-dovey up on somebody and making everything super romantic and special, and if the man or the partner is not about that life either, then your relationship or your marriage is not gonna be that. So, it's better to find someone that is going to make a better friend, when everything is said and done. Because I would never say a partnership, I would say a friend. Because, like, let's face it, like in the level up lingo, when you are looking for a partnership, that means that business is being done. Okay. And like if you marry and sign a business contract, most of the time it's best for the woman. You know what I'm saying? It's more beneficial for the woman, and we know that. So depending on whatever you're signing, if you're signing any type of prenup, that's more business. But at the same time, the wedding vows, or you got to take care of me, A, B, C, and D. That's what you agree to before you get married. You come to an agreement about what this relationship is going to be, and that's what it's going to be. Okay, so partnerships are for business. Okay, so that's why and only reason I said partner is because there's some people that might not be marrying the opposite sex. Okay, so I'm trying to keep it friendly in that department. So when I say partner, I should just said mate, I guess. I don't know. So, what will you do if your man doesn't show emotions and also acts like he don't care what even look at yourself. I mean, look at me. I look at myself every day in the mirror. I put myself together, and when I step out that door, about 80 other people gonna look at me. So one little look from him doesn't matter. This is the mentality you must have as a woman, because if you see the same person every day, even if you're a man and you are married to someone like me, this is going to look normal after a while. And I can only imagine that everybody else looks ugly to whoever, you know, has got to live with me. But that's just my mentality, because that's my confidence level. So, I mean, if you're married to somebody like me and you got to go out and look at all these other people in the world, I mean, you're going to be pretty critical. So, by not getting someone to say, "Hey, you look beautiful today," or whatever, it's okay. They're used to your look. But when you go out, other people aren't, and guess what? You gonna get it left and right. What are you doing? So don't worry about that. If you're looking good, then somebody else will notice. If he doesn't, most of the time, that's how it is. Okay, go get it somewhere else. That's what you do, and and it's not bad. A lot of men think that's a bad thing. Well, if you think it's a bad thing, then start noticing and recognizing the woman you're with. If don't complain about the problem, go fix it, baby. All right, fix your problem if you are complaining. So, and also like having a whirlwind whirlwind romance is a part of life that you can always hold on to and have that memory of. But at the same time, a friendship is something that's more of a bond that lasts longer and is stronger and is more dependable. So when you choose whoever you are going to marry, make decisions based on certain things that you find important to you. Okay. Um, I think that's why a lot of people go through many divorces and they're unhappy in their relationships, because they want their relationship to be something that was never intended to be. So I was listening to some quotes this morning, and they were like, there are no problems. It's only how you feel about the situation that makes it into a problem. So we have to remember that. But sometimes we get into the habits of looking and seeing what we could have or what other people have, and the relationships that are relatively new, and comparing them to something very old. And it's like you can't really do that, because you don't know if those people are going to stay together, if they're going to be together 5 months from now, 1 month from now, and you're going to, base your whole reality on what you see for a few seconds with, some other couple. So you have to realize what's important to you. Is friendship more important or romance? Because you can create a romantic life on your own, and whoever's in it is going to experience that. And like I said in my last video, or one of my last videos where I was live, that your entire lifestyle has to become romantic if you want a romantic life. Okay. Like, I decided to get up and go put on a pretty dress today and do my hair and my makeup and get all pretty and feminine, and use my good coffee cup, and I feel romantic without even anybody looking at me. I feel romantic without another human being around. It's just because I'm living a lifestyle that I'm creating, that I am conscious and aware of, and making it romantic. Okay. A lot of people don't realize when they watch movies or something, there is someone hired to put the set together, to put the wardrobe together, to put the ambiance and the lighting together. And that represents that lifestyle. Like, if you watch a lot of Hallmark movies, y'all know no town, no one's house, no one's wardrobe is that perfect all the time. It's called styling. Okay, they style the lifestyle and the ambiance that they want you to perceive. So If you want to perceive a romantic lifestyle, if you want to feel like you're in love, fall in love with yourself. Fall in love with your own ability to create your lifestyle. And if you have a friend to enjoy that with for a long time who is also there, that can also indulge and enjoy in the romantic lifestyle, then it's an added bonus. But at the same time, you don't want to put all that pressure on yourself, on another person, because like I said, it's a lifestyle. That's why a lot of people don't like fairy tales and don't like certain romance novels or romance movies because they forget that it's a movie. It's a lifestyle person that's creating an ambiance. And then when you go home or when you turn off the TV or click offline and look around your house, you're like, this does not look like anything I want because this is not what I saw on TV or on Instagram or whatever, whatever. Well, then make it. Okay. Go out and create it. And then you'll see that things will start to change a little bit. Your relationship may change a little bit due to your environment, and people want to feel a little bit extra, dress up a little extra because the house looks nice or you look nice, and you can't walk around looking crazy when your spouse or whatever or your mate or your friend is looking all extra. You've been like, you making me look bad. I gotta go get up and get dressed. So the change starts with you as an individual. So like being in love is being in love with yourself. Because like I always say, being in love with yourself allows other people to learn how to love you. And then they fall in love with you. And I always say, if you fall in love with them, they have to be doing or thinking about and doing the same things that you're doing for them. That's the only way you can really actually fall in love with somebody is if they're making them fall in love with them by being in love with themselves. And usually that's how it is. And if you're not in love with yourself, you're never going to see it. You're never going to see it. So, whenever I talk about how people are narcissists and they're always about themselves, and then so many people are always asking me about being in a relationship with a narcissist and things like that, I always say, become a narcissist yourself because then you won't see a narcissist at all. And when I say that, I really mean it. Like, fall in love with yourself. If they're in love with themselves, then be in love with yourself. And then, like, you guys will have way more in common than you don't have in common. And there'll be no more victims involved in that type of relationship. You know what I mean? You have to think differently about the situation. Um, You said be a good narc. I don't know. Just love yourself, baby. And when you love yourself, like no one can take it from you. No one can say you're this and that because you will never believe it. Period. You're like, did you take your medication today? You got your glasses prescription up to date, baby? Because you must be mistaken. So I know I look good. And I know everything about me is what it needs to be. So, you can't allow other people's opinion of you change your opinion of yourself unless those opinions are the same opinions you have about yourself. Because, for example, if somebody says you're all that, you're this, and that, I'm going to agree. Yeah, you're right. But if someone says something that I don't agree with, then I don't agree with it. Whatever. So, being in love also means being in love with yourself and being in love with someone else who's in love with themselves. And that way, everybody's in love together instead of one person out of love and one person in love. Now, if you don't believe that that is possible, I mean, it could be not. But if you've ever experienced it, then if you know that loving yourself is the reward of being in love, then you won't really seek someone out just to fall in love with. You'll want to seek them out to get to know who they are, to know why they love themselves so much, to see, all the things that they are experiencing and they get to witness what you're experiencing and to see why you love yourself so much. And when people stop loving themselves and they start looking at other people to love them or fall in love with them, da, 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 that's when their insecurities start kicking in. So it's like, when you're in kindergarten and you meet someone on the playground and you're playing. You're too young to be falling in love. So you're playing and you find a best quote unquote best friend and y'all talk, y'all get to know each other, y'all have all this stuff in common and you like what they are talking about because they like what they're talking about and they like what you're talking about because they like you and what they're talking about. And they're not trying to put any type of labels on the relationship unless it's time to choose a best friend. Like, that's my best friend. But that's as far as it goes, pretty much, you know, with children. So, um, with children, it's not so complicated. And they love themselves and they're so sure of themselves. And, when they receive a compliment, they already say, I know, I already know. They don't, until someone starts to break their self esteem or they start to feel a certain way about themselves because they're comparing themselves to someone else, that feeling is the feeling that you have when you are with someone who is your friend, someone you don't have to be ashamed around or care about, what um, you're saying or whatever. They're just going to accept you anyway. And, if they're a partner, when I say partner, I mean like a, you know, romantic partner, that means added bonus. Okay. Mhm. Okay, so let me see. Now I can walk around looking my worst and my best, and I'm still going to get the same reaction from someone who is like always there and is a good friend and da 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 da. But when it comes to this romantic whirlwind, being in love, you're gonna worry about what you look like, and you're gonna be all panicked. Does this makeup look right? Is this wig sitting right? And is my nails the right color? And you know, uh, is this dress okay? Is this color good? When you're always thinking like that, it's like it takes the fun out of it. And so eventually, that's gonna not even be comfortable anymore to be quote unquote in love with someone because you're constantly going to be making sure that, oh my gosh, am I good enough to still be in love with, or da, 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 da. It's like, okay. Or if you're in love with somebody, does that mean you got to work extra hard to keep them to stay in love with you? I'm like, I'm finna do all that work. Either you love me or you don't, period. I ain't got time. Okay. uh and when they do, they show you, they tell you in some sort of way, but at the same time, like, it's too much work. Like, if you are a person who is busy, has a life, you don't have, and I can understand like puppy love, high school, college, young people that's out there partying and having a good time. But when you're an adult, look, it's like you either in or you out. Come on, which one is it? And a lot of people don't have time for all that. That's why when you see older people start dating or middle-aged people start dating, their romance um, and their relationship time before getting engaged and getting married is definitely shorter than that of younger people because they already know what they want. They've already been through all of the, ups and downs, and they know that if they're not on the same page, if they have to constantly worry about this and that, it's not really going to work. So what they do is they form a friendship and allow the romance and all that other stuff to kind of naturally happen. Okay. Because if you attract somebody, you're attracted to somebody. If you're not, you're not. But at the same time, what are your priorities in life and why are you entering into a relationship in the first place? And that's also another issue. Like, whatever you're entering into that relationship for, and you feel like this is what you need in your life right now, it's only because that's what you are prioritizing at the moment. So a lot of people say, oh, people change and their relationships change because their priorities change. And that is true. But once you're with someone and you're in a relationship and you have to make the best of it, then that's what you do. and you try to create an environment and an atmosphere where you can fall in love with yourself again. That's why you see so many women who get a little bit older and they start focusing on other things because they're falling in love with themselves because their priorities have changed. You have kids, you get a certain type of amount of money, you live a certain type of lifestyle. And so a lot of things change in a relationship as far as being married or having children. So it's not going to be the same priorities as when you first met. And if you don't grow and learn that and are quote unquote friends and too busy wrapped up trying to feel like you're in love all the time, or you have this in love feeling, you're going to not have the correct priorities to live the best lifestyle that you can live. Okay. So we got to get out of that mentality. And that's why I think a lot of people escape and they have like this escape to like a romance novel, a Hallmark movie, Disney World, fairy tales. It's because sometimes you long for that feeling, but you can't put your priorities in the wrong order anymore because you're grown. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, definitely it's fun to indulge in those type of movies and things like that, but only as a temporary escape. And you cannot live there too much, unless you're young and experiencing that for the first time. But in reality, as an adult or an older adult with responsibilities and children and things like that, it's only a temporary escape and also a reminder of what you can create in your own life. We as adults have this thing called money that children don't. And we can recreate some of that, feeling in our own rooms, in our homes, if that's how we want to feel. And so make sure, and in our wardrobes, that's how we want to feel. So make sure you use what you have, your assets as an adult, to regain some of those feelings that a lot of people are longing for and don't know where to find. It's not always in a relationship or in a man. Sometimes it's in you. Okay. Sprinkle Sprinky said happy belated birthday, Miss Sheila. Thank you for keeping it real, always, and taking the time to get us all on the right track. You were out there making a huge difference to deserve all the amazing Sprinker. Girl, you wrote a whole paragraph. Shoot, I feel like that's a testimonial. I appreciate that, Sprinkle. Shoot, if I ever go somewhere and need to be introduced, I know who to call. Nicole. Thank you, girl. Anyway. All right. Let's see. You said it's tarot valid. If you make it valid, baby. It's kind of like this. I'll give you an example. It's kind of like this. You are going to do. It's like you go to work in the morning and they have your list of things to do on the computer, and you go and check your emails. Now you can do what's on that list, or you don't do what's on that list, or do something else. It's up to you. But except you're not going to get fired if you don't. You know what I mean? It's kind of like somebody presents an idea to you and you accept it or not. That's it. Just like when you are dating and you present the idea that you want to be taken care of and you ain't finna work no more after you get married. The idea is presented. It's not set in stone. So the person that is being told that has the choice right then and there to say, no, I don't think so. Goodbye forever. Or of course, I'll take care of you. So it's kind of like that. When you come to the choice, that's why it's like tarot means path. So when you're on a path, most of the time you come to a choice or a fork in the road. In which direction do I go? You choose. Okay. So you choose with the path that you want. And that's what I did. Like, you can choose the path that you want. If somebody sat down in front of me and said, "Oh, you're gonna be this, you're gonna be that," I'm like, I know you lying because I'm gonna be this. Period. Just like a little kid. You got to, you know how they say from the mind of a child? You know, if a child sat down for a tarot reading, do you think the child would argue with the tarot reader and say, "Nuh-uh, because I'm gonna be this when I grow up"? They're not gonna believe it because they are too smart. I'm gonna do what I do. Period. That's what the baby said. The baby gonna say, "I'm gonna do what I do," and you a liar. So it's what you make it. You know, and the child would not ever remember that tarot reading. The child would be like, "That lady was crazy," and keep it moving. Honestly, it's your choice. When you sit down in front of someone, you're questioning yourself. You're questioning your beliefs, and that is the reflection of your question. So it's basically a mirror, like direction that you're going to head if you keep questioning yourself instead of believing in yourself. Okay, there's a difference. So believe in yourself, do what you want to do, create the life you want versus accepting the life that you are asking someone else about. Like I said, you know, if you ask everybody how to live, you're going to be living someone else's life. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mhm. What do I think of a poor man, 12 years older, telling me he loves me? Um, I mean, who don't love me? Okay, who don't love you? Tell them to get in line, baby. They ain't go get in line. Get in line. Shoot, too many other people waiting on it. Okay, get in line. What what to do if he keep bringing up the past about you cheating, but is still spending money and stuff, but love to fight about that? I think that's a way for him to feel emotional connection with you because, first of all, if you cheated or if he cheated or whoever cheated, there was not really an emotional connection there. So the only way that they can bond emotionally is to fight over that set feeling that both brought them up, both brought emotion up out of them. So until there is something else that brings that much emotion out of both of those people, they're going to continue to fight over that because that's the only way they can express emotion to each other. Uh-oh, info goes sprinkle, sprinkle. For me, look, I mean, you have to have a little bit of confidence in yourself. And I always say, you know, sometimes like infidelity in anything is not only one, always one-sided. Okay. Mhm. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said, why are you bitter? I don't know. Because I know the truth. Maybe because I know the truth. Poor man's love isn't the goal. Okay. Um, well, honestly, sometimes, you know, I'm not sure why people ask me about poor men on this channel. I mean, it's like it's kind of silly, so I'm not really gonna talk about that. If he poor, why are you talking to him? I don't know. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, I like, and you know, if now sometimes people are the perfect person that you like, but they're broke, and y'all can just, you know, be friends. You know, you don't have to get with them. I was seeing a 50-year-old millionaire, and on our last date, he said he no longer wanted to see each other because he thought I was after his money. Oh my goodness. Well, honestly, if people know you're a millionaire, they're not with you, you know, they're not dating you because you're broke. I think I would take that as a compliment because it means that I've accomplished a lot in life and it's an added bonus. But, if he's ugly and disgusting and like repulsive, then I would think, okay, this person only wants me for my money. But if he looked decent and stuff like that, I mean, it has to be a mixture of both. And sometimes if the person was not totally dependent on that person, like, homeless or anything, then I wouldn't really read too much into that. I think a lot of people with money have an issue with feeling like everyone's out to get their money when they can go and get some from somebody else. If they got a date from him, they can go get a date from another millionaire. And the only thing I can say is um, like people earn money to have an advantage at some point. But when are you going to start using that advantage at some point? Don't be mad because you got money and somebody want it. Oh, God forbid. Anyway, how are you not jaded by anything? Because I don't care. I'm still gonna live my life, my best life each day. Period. No matter what, because I'm creating it. Some people love to simmer in their own darkness and they love it because they don't want or allow themselves to level up. And that's fine. Maybe that's where they feel the most comfortable or the most powerful or the most influential or the most whatever they like to feel. And that's quite all right. Let them stay there because that's where they want to be. Now, if somebody was trying to take you out of where you want to be, then that's not good. So let them be where they want to be. That's it. They'll figure it out or they'll move when they're ready. They'll level to the level they want when they're ready. It's not about your need for them to level up. It's about their need for them to level up, which is also which is also something like in friendship people understand. Um, just like in the level up, community where, if you have a friend and they're not leveling up and you are leveled up and they don't feel comfortable hanging out with you anymore or da da da, or they want to stay where they are because that's their comfort zone, then it's okay. You're still going to be friends with them. You're just not going to, probably hang out as much or, you know, whatever. But it doesn't change the fact that, you know, unless they start getting jealous and stuff. But I don't know. It's like not everybody's going to level up at the same um, time. What would I do if a man was dating, ghosted you, stopped talk to you after promising you things, comes back around? Um, I don't take promises as like anything because like it's just talk. So I mean, I don't value people's conversation. I like the actions because like conversations is just talking. But when you are someone of action, that's a different story. And I like to say, like, I'm not going to wait on anyone's promises ever because I'm too busy creating my own life to wait on another promise. So I think people need to realize that waiting on a promise or to fulfill something, fulfill it yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you want something, make it happen. If you want something, let the world know that you want that. Also, like, and sometimes what you want is not always what you're gonna get. You're gonna have to really tap deep into that manifestation knowledge to get what you want. I'm not you're no longer feeling frustrated with your boyfriend anymore. He's only receiving friend benefits now, and it's so much more fun while I do my own thing. Can't force the level up on someone else. Just let it go. That's right. Just allow people to be who they are. And if you truly value them and they truly value you, then they won't see anything wrong with that. Like me, I'm never gonna go 50-50 with no man. Me, I am never going to like a man because he's broke. You got to have some money or pay out a bill. That's just me, Liz. Okay. I'm not going to change. I'd rather be alone than going 50-50. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Because that way, if I do something, I can say I did it, not we did it. Okay, not Dora. Y'all know, y'all know that song. We did it. We did it. No, I did it. I did it. Okay, I'm taking all the credit. And if oh, Miss K Sprinkle Sprinkle, hey Shira, any advice on dealing with a man who talks loudly and in your face and spits in my face? Oh, I'm spitting right now. Trying to read this. This must be real. I'm about to fumble the bag I'm due to him. Girl, wear one of the masks with the shield on it when you go out. Y'all know the mask they be wearing for COVID with the windshield wiper on it. Put that on, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Tell them. It's see-through. You can still do your makeup, okay? Sprinkle, sprinkle. Then he gonna see all the spit accumulating on the thing. He gonna fix it, okay? You welcome. Why would a man look through a woman's phone? Isn't that very much feminine energy? He just wants to feel something. I don't know. Maybe he likes looking through the phone to make sure she ain't talking to nobody else or whatever, whatever. And either way, he's gonna feel something, some type of way. If he already in the phone, he already feeling some type of way. So that's good, I guess. Pouring myself some more. How to be unimpressed even when you're impressed. Be impressed with yourself. For being able to attract someone to even be impressed by. Does that make sense? It's like I did that. Shoot. You said they have to face shield at Dollar Tree? Oh my goodness. How do I get more money from married folks? I've noticed he likes fantasy love and feeling young. Fantasy. Okay, so the person's married, like is having an affair with you, and they like fantasy. Okay. And play into their fantasy, I guess. If one more dude give me his number to call him, I'm going to scream, dude, please get out my face. His number, girl. Send them your Cash App when they send you your number. Send them the number. Or your PayPal. Whatever. Okay. So, and like you gotta have a sense of humor. I'm gonna tell y'all. Ain't no relationship is gonna last unless y'all can laugh. And like laugh at yourselves, laugh at each other, laugh at the situation, and joke about stuff that you were once serious about and upset about at some point. That is the funny part of being in a quote unquote friendship, long-term relationship. Is that a lot of the times, you can laugh at yourselves. Okay. Because I do all the time. How do you deal with a 50-year-old who asks you right away, what do you do for work? Mortician, baby. Name something scary so they don't mess with you. I'm a mortician. Just tell them what you used to do, girl. That means you don't do it anymore. And you might still be in that field, but they don't know. It's like, well, just tell them what you went to school for. Well, I went to school and make it up if it's too masculine or too intimidating. I went to school to be a mortician. And I worked in a funeral home. And then, but you don't have to use that. That's my example. You would use something else that was more true to you. but it doesn't have to be your current field. Or you can speak vaguely about whatever you do and make it sound unimportant, but like you don't have money at the same time. Like, oh, I work for a nonprofit. That means, bro, I ain't got no money for you, baby. You taking care of me, we get together. I work part time for a nonprofit. Girl, you ain't got no money. That means he's paying for everything. If he wants you to have a good job and things like that, then in order to date you, and you feel the opposite, like I don't want to work, you're gonna take care of me, da, 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 then have the date, you know, be friends, and hopefully someone else better that would like to take care of you will come along. If he doesn't get the picture and the clue by then, and he doesn't see your value, by the time you meet someone else, then that's just on him. I'm not, you don't lower your standards. Keep your options open. Okay. Don't lower your standards. Keep your options open. And that way, whenever someone decides they want to meet your standards, you have no strings. You ain't got no strings. Hmm. There you go. You said you blocked the guy who asked you how the job search is going? Girl, block, double block. Shoot. Or I would answer back, it's not going well at all. I'm going to need your help this month. See what they say. They're going to block you. You ain't got to do nothing. You ain't even got to go through the settings or nothing. Just tell them. Look, if you tired of doing all that, searching on how to block somebody, all you got to do is be like, it's not going well at all. You got my rent this month. They going to block you. You don't have to worry about it. Don't the men, what? Y'all are so silly. You say you don't like being in Atlanta because you got to compete with fake bodies. Girl, you ain't competing. You can't compete with what you don't compare. That means if you're not fake, you can't compete with fake because y'all aren't in the same league. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that's looking for somebody real is going to be looking at you and not looking at the fake. The reason why I'm saying that, and I'm not talking about like fake hair. I'm talking about like fake everything. So, for example, if I walk in somewhere and I have on this wig, y'all know the thing my hair, and I have on like just a nice outfit or whatever, I may get a look or two. But if I got silicone here, 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 if my stomach is now my booty, if I look like botched or whatever, they're gonna see that. It's obvious. If they're looking for someone who's gonna fit in, at a certain in a certain type of environment, who doesn't have all that fake surgery, that's what they're going to be attracted to. So it's not up to you to try to compete. It's up to the man to know what he wants. Okay, that's it. So if he knows what he wants, you don't have to worry. Just like we know what we want, they know what they want. Okay, like for example, if you're sitting in a restaurant and some guys walk in, they're dressed way better than you. You don't want that. Okay. Okay, just letting you know. You don't want that. So they know what they want. If they coming in with all this line and gel and gloss on their lips and stuff, you don't want that. And I'm not saying, that they like men. I'm just saying if they are all, extra, they're obviously looking for someone, you know, to take care of them or to go 50-50 with them. A man who wants to totally take care of you and provide for you wants a feminine woman, and he wants to be the masculine man. So he's not going to be trying to extra feminize himself to look like, he's a pretty boy in order for some gullible woman to go and take care of him. Okay? Like I can't, like, if you pretty, keep it moving. You- we can be friends. You can give me some gloss tips. We can exchange skincare regimens, but we're not going to do anything else. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's all we can do. Admire each other. We ain't taking it there. Yeah. I'm from the old school. We like mm, grit. Okay. I mean, I used to like pretty boys when I was very young, but as I grew older, I learned like, okay, let's like Barbie and Ken world. It's not reality. All right, there you go. You said make that guy your shopping buddy like on Clueless, right? Some men want to be exclusive before they pay bills. They can be exclusive to paying bills. Well, exclusive means that you're not seeing another other man, but you're not gonna get none still until these bills are paid. Period. Y'all can be exclusive all you want. You ain't gonna get none still until these bills are paid. Right? Sorry. I gotta see how good you pay bills before I let you get some. Okay, but honestly, like that's only for like if you're in a relationship. And here's another thing. When I say pretty boys, I'm not referring to people who are attractive. I'm referring to people that are pretty. You know what I mean? Like, dang, that's a pretty man. You know, not handsome, not sexy, but pretty. Y'all know, and it has nothing to do with being feminine or not. It's just yeah. If you look too, if I look at you and my breath gets taken away because you prettier than me, I can't. It's a compliment at the same time, but it's not. Um, Not for everybody. You say he's too perfect. Yeah, like, go find somebody who's look better than you and be on your way. Like way, way better. You said just too much. I know, like you too much. Like don't shave for like 5 days and let your eyebrows grow out and like, dress bad or something. Do something. So I don't have to look at you. You're too shiny. Stop it. um Rub some dirt on your face. I don't know. Do something. I don't know. To go roll around over there in the grass and mess your hair up. Something. I don't know. Anyway, go put on some mismatched clothes. So he said looking like a show pony. I know. If I go everywhere and people turning their heads to look at him, I'm out. It's like, this ain't right. Something's off. Uh, so he could be more like a friend. Healing Force Wellness, sprinkle, sprinkle. Welcome to Level Up. Oh, you just became a member. Thank you, girl. Sprinkle, sprinkle. So definitely make sure that you categorize people in certain um, categories in order for them to fit into your life. Like if someone likes you, maybe you're gonna be friends with them, and they may be confused as to why you only want to be friends with them. It's like, okay, I'm so sorry. You look too good, and I just don't want that type of relationship with you. You know, um, because I want to be the cute one in a relationship. Okay, and maybe they'll think it's funny and laugh, and be friends with you. Right. Maybe they'll help you give you some advice and stuff. Yeah, there you go. They all can be like buddies. How can I get better treatment after 4 years of marriage? You used to be in your masculine, and now he doesn't see me as feminine. Then become feminine, darling. Become feminine. Girl, throw out all your masculine looking clothes, except for like for the rainy days, and wear dresses every day, do your hair, wear your makeup, talk soft, don't do the dishes, tell them your nails, start acting super feminine, and then find the balance. So he recognizes you. Okay. Just totally change. Just tell him you're going through a change. I'm going through this change. I just want to like start buying everything, like making the house look extra girly and feminine and putting stuff here and there, like buying pink. And I don't know, not like pink um, clothes and teacups. I don't know, girl. Just buy a bunch of stuff and look like a princess, live in your house, and you be that princess. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. Go become a princess, basically. Go on your princess shopping spree, and then he's going to recognize. What if people call you fake one day? If you one day become hyper feminine, fake it till you make it. Then I don't know. Isn't that a saying? Don't they quote the same people? They over here quoting Napoleon Hill, who say basically the same thing, and you go and do it. Now you fake. Well, you fake too. All right. Everybody's a hypocrite these days. At least I look good fake. You can't even look good real or fake. That's what I would feel. I might not say those things, but that's what I'm gonna be thinking. You fake, and you can't even look good fake. You can't even fake being fake. You can't even act fake to be fake for two days. You can't even fool people with your fakeness. At least, at least if I could, it's working. And I always tell y'all, I'm fake, I'm real, and I'm in between. Whatever I need to be at that time, that's what I'm going to be. Whatever I need to do to get the job done, that's what it's going to get. That's what it's going to get. Oh, today calls for me to be bougie so I can accomplish A, B, C, and D. I'm going to go do that. Oh, today I need to be natural because I want to be understated. I'm going to accomplish all those things. That's why some people can accomplish so much more because they don't stick to one ideal. They like, okay, I need to be this, I need to be that, and this. I can do your job, his job, her job, and get all the money. Okay, so if I'm fake, so are all the actors that you watch on TV and vicariously live through. So be it. Yeah, there's a lot of people that say, "Oh, they're fake feminine." Okay, well, until I can become a real feminine, because I don't have to talk to feminine men or fix problems that a lot of people have caused, because they won't be in their masculine, then maybe one day I won't have to fake it anymore. Maybe all the women will be born hyper feminine because they don't have to go out and do a man's job. Who knows? Maybe that will happen. We won't have to fake it anymore. Perhaps I break character and y'all don't. Like some people, I just break my character, baby. If the real fake is someone who can't break their character. Now that's a fake. So you're telling me one day you watch a level up video, and then from that moment on you vow to be 100% hyper feminine and never break character? I have different roles. I have to break character. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. Yeah, I have to break character. I have different roles. I'm a mother of teenage daughters. I gotta break character for them. Okay. I'm on YouTube. I got businesses, different channels. I have to break character. It's just who I am. You said I am dynamic. Right. You don't know who you're going to get depending on how you act. That's who you're going to get. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Are you treating me the way that a genuinely hyper feminine woman should be treated? If not, then you ain't going to get it. Period. I'm not finna sit here and be something that you're not going to support, that's right. So fake femininity still got the word femininity in it. Still catch the same eye, still get the same money. Maybe even more. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Sure, I have my first boyfriend, but I realize I don't like him. I just like having a partner in I'm a senior in high school. Okay. Well, it's not like you're gonna marry him, girl. Just go to the prom and say goodbye after graduation. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You're just have fun. He's just for fun, darling. Make sure he look good in pictures. Tell him to smile. He's your prop, baby. He's your prop. You're supposed to have more than one boyfriend. Girl, in high school, you can't do that. Your reputation, your reputation. Wait till you finish high school and you ain't got nobody talking in the hallway. All right. Oh my gosh. You should make a Valley Girl voice reading. Yeah, Sasha always makes fun of me because like when I'm doing my voiceover for my vlogs, I'm like trying to talk all extra and calm and my little ASMR voice. Today we're and she like makes fun of me. I'm like, shut up, Sasha. You want to do it? You gonna get on this microphone and you gonna do this voiceover since you think it's so funny. Anyway. Mhm. Let's see. A different well, these ladies being tricked that moderate wigs and eyelashes are a no. That's a trick. That's who get the bag. I know, like honestly, I have been natural. I have worn less makeup. I have worn wigs. I have worn drag makeup. I have done nails, no nails, nail polish. I've done it all. Not all, but I've done it a lot. I can't say I did it all, but I've seen the difference in how you're treated. Girl, you right. Wigs, makeup, get the heads turning, okay? Sorry. Looking natural is good if you're when you're lounging at home and when you take it all off and you still look good under it. That's your added bonus. But it shouldn't you shouldn't feel like you have to, you know, you shouldn't feel like you have to look a certain way unless that's how you want to look. Don't let anybody influence how you need to look. That's your job. For example, if you feel confident a certain way and you need to feel confident that day, then go look that way. If you are trying to feel comfortable and be more natural that day and you're not, out there trying to freestyle or, catch an eye of somebody, and if you just happen to catch the eye of somebody, um, are they trying to spend the same amount of money as they were going to spend if you had looked better? You got to think about these things. Were they less intimidated to approach you because you look low maintenance? Sometimes you got to think about these type of things. So make sure you're keeping that in mind when you're also leaving your house. Like, where am I going? Do I need to look leveled up or do I need to look regular? Do I need to blend in? Do I not want anybody to talk to me? What if I run into somebody I know? So you got to find a middle ground. The middle ground is always going to be your best go-to when you're unsure of what you need to leave your house looking like. Okay. There you go. Dress for the occasion. Exactly. Do friendly love type of men provide less than romantic ones? No. I think in the beginning, um, most friendly love is going to be romantic love, and then it evolves. And so, no, I definitely don't think so because they'll be used to it. So, like, unless it starts off friendly, then if you give them false hope, they may spend more. But I'm live right now. I hear James trying to come in. I'm live. Oh, you gotta go do something. Okay, go ahead. That's fine. Oh, I don't think they'll hear it. the water. We had a video a long time ago saying long hair gets back, not natural. Oh yeah. Well, I say a lot of things, and I say what I say. Yep. I mean, I like my videos. People take them how they take them, and honestly, like they have to pass like a law. Now, just listen to this, and I'm not biased either way because I wear both. Um, and my kids have natural hair, so I'm not biased. All I'm saying is they had to change the law. I'm just saying, just have no feeling behind it. Just look at the facts. They had to change the law in order for people to be treated equally based on their hair, not the color of their skin, not their education, not where they're from, but from their hair texture, from their ability to wear their natural hair that grows out of their own head in order to get a job. So, honestly, if they have to pass laws, I mean, it makes you think. Maybe you can do both. Maybe you can throw a wig on and take it off when you want. That's the beauty of a wig. It's not permanent. And you don't have to change and permanently. It's a temporary change to get a temporary result that can last, that the results will last permanently. That's all I'm saying, like logic. Okay. What do I think about men who are very prim and proper, always put together? Don't drop no crumbs. They're probably neat freaks, and their house is probably well put together. And um, I don't know. Like, if you're too proper and I can't see you in a relaxed state, and you're too, I'm gonna be uncomfortable and not feeling good around you. I'm like, well, you know what? Bye. hmm Fake submit until you get the ring, and then marriage license. Exactly. Y'all know how to fake it till you make it. Come on. You said, "Well, you gonna see names again?" I don't know. Fourth date, already meeting his dad at a special private event. Any advice, Shira? Well, I think his dad and this is kind of going to be weird. I think his dad finds you attractive. The son will definitely think that you're a keeper. So look extra good, okay? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You said natural hair gets treated the best. Um, it doesn't matter what your hair texture is. It's how you feel about it and how you feel that day and what you need to do that day and how you want to look that day. Like, we should all have the ability to have options, you know. I think that's why wigs were invented, to have options. Like makeup, like outfits, like clothes, like everything. And like, some people don't see it like that. Some people identify solely with their hair texture, and some people don't. Some people want to explore and put on different outfits, different hair, different makeup, see how they look in different lighting or lipstick colors or hair colors. And it's like, playing dress up. But at the same time, some people are adamant about being who they are, true to themselves, and that's all up to the individual. For me, I can do both. I don't care. Okay, I'll do both. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me, as long as I feel good about myself that day. That's how people. That's how people need to look at it. It shouldn't be this or that. Is it a big red flag if a man talks about marriage in 2 weeks? What you think? Better check their credit score, their criminal record, and their status as a citizen. Sprinkle, sprinkle. And then put your fake Afro textured wig and bangs on. I better be ready for the constant compliments from them. It's great. Okay. Well, whatever you get and how you feel is up to you as an individual. Some people look good, some people look better, some people look good in all types of, wigs and whatnot. So just make sure you feel good. hmm That's all you got to worry about. Some men will not deal with cornrows or afros because they're not used to it. Well, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, depending on the type of lifestyle, type of man, the type of environment you're going to be in, and what you think they may like or not like, that's what you got to figure out as a woman. So, and who cares? Let's get off that topic. Y'all don't do what you want with your hair. I don't care. Okay, next. Friends, you can, like, when you're in a friendship relationship, um, they like your hair either way. But sometimes they'll tell you when your hair looking crazy, okay? And if they don't accept it or like it, that's their preference. And who am I to judge? I don't like stuff about certain things about them either. Okay, so I say we can't really be hypocrites because there's stuff I don't like about some people that they don't like about me, and we just gotta not care. hmm But no, but can he afford marriage? Okay. Some people try to rush you into the bed by promising you marriage. Okay, that's a way to make you feel like you can move the relationship forward a little bit faster. Then say, okay, then we should wait till we get married. Then we ain't gonna do nothing until we get married. I bet you that'll all change. We're not going to have any type of physical relationship until we are married. I want a ring and a wedding, and a marriage license. Okay, so let me start planning a wedding, baby. But first, check all his credentials and credit and bank accounts and all that kind of stuff. He's gonna be like, oh wait, or maybe we should wait. You started watching this channel and now you're remarried and living your best life and get better and better each day. All right, sprinkle. What do you think about men who sit with their legs crossed like some women usually sit? If you can cross your legs, then I don't want you. Sprinkle. That's all I'm saying. If you can cross your legs, you ain't got nothing down there. So keep it moving. Bye. Gotta go. At least pretend like if you do got something, at least pretend you do and don't cross your legs. Like cross it like a man. Like, the man leg cross. That means you got something. But if you sitting over here dangling your little leg, you ain't got nothing. All right. What do you think about men who always show admiration but want you to make the plans for dates? Then make expensive plans and see what happens. You're going to remember this plan forever because you're going to be paying it off. Are you going to get dumped if you're abstinent? If that person likes to have sex, probably. That's true. Like if you in a relationship with somebody who's used to doing it and you're not going to do it with them, they're going to find somebody else to do it with. But that doesn't mean that they will not stop seeing you. That means that you're just going to have to wait until, you're just going to have to do what you want to do when you want to do it and not be offended that someone else is going out to get what they want. Some older gentlemen, like 60 years plus, do cross their legs, but not in a feminine way, though. Yeah, like they cross it like like figure four, right? Like not like a woman. Um. Anyway, so back to the subject at hand. The the benefits of having a friendship is it lasts longer, and it is more dependable. It's more honest, more fun, actually. Well, I wouldn't say fun, but it's more reliable fun, um, dependable fun. But if you are in a if you're totally hopelessly in love with someone, and one thing doesn't go right, or they can't make it, or they disappoint you, it feels terrible, or you take it more personally. So um, if they were just your friend, you'd be like, oh well, whatever. I would do that, da da da. So it's not as upsetting. So that's why I say it's best to be friends and to not take anything personally. And like I always say, if you take anything personally, you'll learn that it's not them, it's you. You know. Um, so never take anything personally. I always say, if you take it personally, it's because you feel that they should um, do more, and you're not always going to feel the same way with another person. So that's just your expectation, not the reality. So you have to focus on your reality and what you want and what you can do. And if that other person is not matching that same amount of energy, then they probably don't feel the same way. And if they don't feel the same way, then might as well just be friends and or move on. Should you keep gifts from other rich men friends a secret if you're kept housewife? I don't think it matters. Uh oh, Percy Sprinkle Sprinkle. What y'all favorite season of the year? You said Sprinkle Sprinkle. Happy spring. My favorite season of the year. All the seasons I'm making money, baby. Sprinkle Sprinkle. Um, it's okay. Anyway, all the seasons where I'm getting paid. Every season. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Ooh. Honestly, if it's a gift, it's a gift, okay? I can't help people from buying me gifts. Thank you. Next. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Your ex SD gives you 5K a month. You want 10K. He gave me 10K for a dog he bought me, but is lately getting frustrated with me, wants me to get a job or cover expenses. I haven't worked in years. How do I get him to give me more? This question is weird, but honestly, he gave 10K for a dog, but won't give you no money. Told you to get our job. Better go find a man named Job. Sprinkle, sprinkle. A man named Joe. Or close to it. Joe. Joe B. I don't know. But you know what you got to do. Yes, you're going to be dating Joe B. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Go on Facebook, Instagram, and type in JOE space B. See what come up. Or JO space B. Pick the one you like. These are my JOB's prospects, darling. Shira, your laugh kills me. Ha ha ha. I don't even see this man I like easily getting money without having to entertain anyone. Okay. Well, that's good. Should you always act like you like them less? Um, it depends on what the situation calls for. Sometimes you gotta act like you like them. Sometimes you gotta act like you like them less. It depends on what the situation is calling. For example, if you're trying to get something, you gotta act like you like them more. If you're trying to make them bend to your will, you gotta act like you like them less. Come on, y'all know that. But sometimes it isn't like men will try the same technique on women, and sometimes it backfires. It's not the same because one is masculine, one is feminine. So, for example, if a man tried to use the same technique, the woman would just lose interest or think that he didn't like her or was gay or something. She would just move on to the next, or would have all these kind of weird thoughts like they must be gay, or because women have this confidence, or some women have this confidence within themselves, whereas to if you're not responding in a certain way, then either A, you don't like what you see, or B, you like something totally different. Okay. And a lot of guys get mad that women think like that, but that we can't help it. Like that's how we are going to think. Like, okay, well, we're feminine and we're cute and we know we look good. And if you don't see that, then maybe you're not attracted to that. And then that thought leads to the next thought. Okay, if you're not attracted to cute and pretty and being a provider and being masculine, then what are you attracted to? Maybe you're attracted to more masculine women. Okay, if you're attracted to more masculine women, does that really mean you're attracted to masculinity? And if you're really attracted to masculinity, does that mean you really like men? So that's how we get to that conclusion quick. And a lot of men are upset about that. And we just, well, I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do about that. So you're not going to be able to escape that type of thinking from women if you are not in your masculine. Okay. Just that's what it is. It is what it is. It's not it's not like a woman saying, "Oh, well, you must be this." No, that's the same thing as like when you're not interested in a man because he broke, then he calls you out your name. But it doesn't make sense because just because he's broke don't mean that all of a sudden you're this nasty person. It just means you don't need no more brokenness in your life. And when you are telling him, you must be gay, that means you don't need no extra feminine man in your life. That's the whole thing. That's all you're telling them. Um, it's an intimidating way of telling them that, or making them man up, seeing if they got something to muster up, some type of masculinity to muster up. But when they get offended, you already know ain't no masculinity to muster up, so you just move it on. Okay? It's like, okay, you can't even muster up enough masculinity to act masculine for 2 seconds. Bye. Um, so Shira is right. Sometimes women overthink or read into it too much, but you really have to be that frank about it. Carrie, sprinkle, sprinkle. This is all the Shira Gold Digger is worth $2. Well, I'm glad you spent your last $2. Now you gotta, y'all know that song, My Last $2. I'm not gonna lose. One goes for the bus fare. The other one for the chew. Thank you for your last $2. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Even the Dusty's gotta pay homage, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. This man told me he can't wait to have a kid to spoil. I saw that as a red flag. Not included a wife in that too. Oh right. One thing about Shira, she gonna clear a bit. How you doing? You see, even the Dusty's paying. That Dusty just wanted to be seen, girl. He tired of being dusty. He wanted to be dusted off for a second, even if it was just for $2. I see you, Dusty. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Appreciate the $2. Well, I know that was a lot. Tell him it's a full-time job to look this good. Okay. He decided to not buying extra hot talks tonight for dinner. What? Okay, y'all must be having a conversation over there. How do you ignore women when you have a popular man? I ignore him anyway. Start off ignoring them. You never have to start. Okay. All right. Stay ignored. Like, you know what I mean. I want to say, hey, all the women in the chat who missed you. Okay, person said, hey, y'all. Hey, you started a new business. You started how not to give your money. All right, to Uncle Sam. Then don't give it up, baby. Figure it out. Okay. Sheer Dusties can no longer have their delicious feast on hot Takis every afternoon at 5. Did a hobby Percy the only man allowed here? Y'all are so silly. That's why I don't like military. Okay, y'all talk to each other. But honestly, y'all have to remember, like, having a sense of humor is the half of it. Like, think about this. If you have a popular man, then you got to be like in that same zone. You got to be like, I'm just as good. Y'all must not know about me. You know, you got to act more extra than him. Okay, you're gonna be too worried about if you okay, if you comfortable, than some other women. Okay, you can't see them. They're fans. They're followers. They're not on your level, baby. Sure, if you quit your job but not able to find sugar daddy for 6 months search, should I get back? Why did you quit your job before you had enough security? Honestly, unless you have security, maybe you have a savings or something. I would like, as long as you get the money, I don't know, like date, like work for a reason. I don't know. He's the Dusty not going to donate to Pick Misha channel. I know they're not because they don't have to. All right, so he's a veteran in the tech field now. He makes good money and has studying to make better money. Good for him. You're out. You're going to Taco Bell. Oh, Mario, he's so silly. And you have let him know he's replaceable. Okay. Your ex pretty boy changes his what's up pic more than an Instagram model. You used my advice. A guy told me his last girlfriend wanted a sugar daddy. I told him, why would she do that? Sugar daddies have lots of money. He says, well, I do make $3,000 a week, but I wasn't going to tell her that. Now you know how much money he made and what he can afford. And then he just messed it up. Because now he know, and he can't take you nowhere cheap. If someone, you stupid, he fell for the okey doke. Anyway, you're good because you follow that advice perfectly, right? If someone you're dating has a roommate, is he a Dusty? I don't know. I'd have to see the house and ask why the roommate is there. Like, I have to know the situation because some people just may be letting them stay there because they don't have nowhere else to stay and they're kind. If they're depending on them for the rent or whatever, then yeah. I don't know. I have to know the situation. You're definitely playing housewife role. You're from New York, but I've been in Virginia back and forth and with no rain car or no job. Girl, you living a life. That means you can do whatever you want still. What else you gonna do? That means you still able to do whatever you want. Talk to who you want, be who you want. That's what that means. That's all that means, baby. Yeah, he got a roommate. It means he can't afford full rent and can only pay half and wants 50-50 woman. Oh no. Mm-mm. I'm sure. What? So, yeah, I always ask those like questions. Yeah, if you gotta ask the question, you know the answer already. If you if how old is he? Is he grown? Is he too old to be having a roommate? Like, come on. What he doing when you ain't there? I don't know. Like, honestly, in this day and age, in this world, in this era, men have to be careful on their living situation because it could be misconstrued in the wrong way. People can view it in the wrong way. People can see it in the wrong way. Not everybody's going to guess your story. You have to be very clear about what your story is, and you have to also have a way to move out of that situation if necessary. Like if you're not in a, can you turn off the light? Oh, no, no. That's okay. Uh, Definitely weird to you. 40 plus really doesn't have any business being roommates. That's right. Too old. I mean, unless they're lonely and they have a huge house and they need like the roommate may play a separate role, as friend. That could, and if the person is married or I don't know, but at the same time, it does look questionable. You know what I'm saying? So it looks questionable, um, unless they're related to you, like a brother or a cousin or something. It looks questionable to women who are a certain age, and also it could be to deter women from trying to move in or from trying to get serious too quick or to move in. A lot of men try to keep other people around to allow the woman to think they're not going to move up in here. And those guys are mostly just players or someone who doesn't want a commitment. So I wouldn't even be bothered with someone who's got some other dude living with them. Um, you know what I'm saying? Like you're too old. You're all, 40. It's time to grow up and be serious, and that's just what it is. Okay. You can invite people over. You can have dinner parties, like get-togethers, barbecues, whatever, Sunday brunch. But if you're lonely, but you don't always have to have, um, a roommate. Sometimes it's good to be alone. That way, if you do meet someone, they can definitely feel more comfortable and like there's some type of future with that person. And if that's not the message they want to give, they're going to keep people around. Right. Um, do you think the game changed nowadays? I mean, it's harder now. It's not harder. It's just, I don't even think it's a game anymore. What I feel is that it's what you want and your standards. If they don't meet them, there is no game. Period. No game. They don't meet your standards. Have a nice day. They ain't no game. Shoot, they think it's a game. The game is meet these standards. If you can't meet them, bye. That's it. Next. So, and people will say it's not fair. The world ain't fair, baby. If your mama, if your mama raised you to think the world was fair, then come on to this channel and learn the truth. The world is not fair. You make it the way you want to make it. You set the standards and the tone of the life that you live and what you accept and what you don't accept. Because a lot of times, like if people did not fight for what they felt like they deserved, we'd still be living in the era where people did not have equal rights. So, for example, if people did not raise their standards and the standard of the lifestyle that they're living, then we wouldn't be living the life that we have today. So, it's not a fair world. You make the world that you want. And so, I never say, you know, yeah, it may seem like a game at first, But when you have standards that cannot be moved, it's no longer a game. Yeah, I don't know who's still playing, but y'all playing for nothing. It's okay. Y'all gonna be playing by yourself. Put your money where your mouth is. Exactly. He's telling me to get my driver's permit so he can teach me how to drive. Girl, well, I don't know where you live. You live somewhere where y'all walk everywhere. Like, where I live, we definitely be driving. Hmm. They teach that in high school. Okay. I never understood why masculine men, Mandels, be dating for fun, wasting. Girl, I don't know. The weak and the poor die off. Survival of the fittest. Being a gold digger is common sense. Yes, back in the old days, like people wouldn't even let you look at another person unless they had money. Like you are not considering marriage with that person. He is not established, or his, he ain't got no money. He doesn't have a title, or his family bloodline doesn't go back to A, B, C, and D. Like they was real picky about who they would allow you to marry back in the old days. His family is not good. They don't own any property. You didn't even have to be a gold digger. Your mama was a gold digger for you. Your daddy was a gold digger for you. Now you got to fend for yourself these days because everybody done turned into Pick Misha and Dusty. So now you have to go back and think about how back in the old days, shoot, your mom had to look out for you. Your dad had to. That's why they give you away in marriage because they ain't finna give you to no broke dude. So definitely make sure that you keep that in your mind. Like there's a way to know that your lifestyle is going to at least be decent or somewhat nice if you get with somebody who's established and have some type of thing going for them, you know. Right, meet the standards and move out the way. Okay. Like it's kind of like a job interview. When you go to a job interview, they don't make y'all play no squid games or nothing like that for the position. You qualify, you don't. Move on. There's jobs that I would never qualify for, and I'm glad I didn't because I ended up making more money anyway. Okay, there's people that told me, "Oh, you have you have," they named all of my bad qualities and things like that, and like when you go to the attendance, I mean the guidance counselor, or like to pick out your courses or look at colleges and stuff. Oh, we don't think you're college material. We don't think that you're able. Like you're not applying yourself enough, and da 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 da. And like they was trying to tell me what my potential was at 16 or 17. I'm like, girl, do you see me? I don't want your job, baby. So honestly, like don't allow people to tell you what you can accomplish and what you can do and what you qualify for and what you don't qualify for. Go out and qualify yourself, baby. That's what I did. And when you drive by your old high school or your old friends who say you couldn't do anything, or your old boss who told you that one day if you work 20 years, you'll have the car I have, and you have it 2 years later and a nicer one, then go buy and wave, baby. That's what being a woman is all about. Say, hey, all right. They're giving you advice to what they think that your potential is, but that's not true. Your potential is what you accept. Okay, and I didn't accept that. Shoot, forget that. You right. I'm not going to college. I don't want to be no guidance counselor. Who knew 30 years later, I'll be sitting up on YouTube drinking out of this teacup talking about that lady. Okay. You say your boss plays squid games over here? Girl, I eat squid, or used to. It was good. I used to eat squid. Shoot, calamari. She's still on the same job or retired, living off the pension. Okay. I feel like that now I'm always have in the house. I have to complain for him to take me out because he's always busy with school. Girl, go out by yourself. What you doing? When you start going out with your by yourself and having a good time and doing what you gotta do anyway, I mean, the world don't stop. The show goes on. You want to go out, go out. Don't let that person keep you at home. If you don't feel comfortable going out alone, then maybe go out during the day and be home, by a certain time. Um, I remember when I was younger, I used to go out for lunch and happy hour and be home, at a decent hour. Do what you gotta do. Um, your ex always gave you money and went out by myself. Good for you. That's a good relationship right there. Um, if you dated a guy from New York, I don't think okay, y'all talking to each other. I love going out by yourself. Okay. How to stop a smear campaign against you? Who cares? If people wasted their time stopping a smear campaign, then they wouldn't be able to do the job that they do to be smeared in the first place, which means they would be irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, if someone was doing all this great stuff and then someone comes along to smear them, if they stop doing all this great stuff to address the smear campaign, then what are they doing? Ignore it and move it on. Don't acknowledge it, just keep moving. Because if you acknowledge it, then that means you see it. And if you see it, that means it got to you. And if you never see it and it never got to you, then it's not real. There you go. Look at the people who don't care about being smeared false news. Yeah, look, I think people are too sensitive these days, and who cares? If you can't take the heat, get out the kitchen. Shoot. If you can't take something, then you can't take it. For me, smear me, I'm gonna smear you, your mama, your daddy, your greasy granny with holes in the pants. I'll make a rhyme out of it. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. I'm too unbothered. Okay? Stop too unbothered. Be unbothered like me. Just don't care. It's not that important. Hmm. Sure, I know a 59-year-old. He's three houses and three colleges going, three kids going to college, divorce. He proposed me any what? If he proposes, shoot, girl, what's gonna be? Is he what? Go find his bank account for me and see how much his net worth is, and then we can talk. Sparkle, sparkle. Because remember, if you marry him, you might get some of his debt. So make sure he got enough money to pay off everything and have some left over and to spare to throw around. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Did I ever get fired? Girl, I just stopped showing up. I don't know if I was fired or if I quit. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Probably both. How did I react? Girl, I was happy because I was free and go out and do what I want. I don't care. Y'all, I told you I haven't worked since I was 22. I was always taken care of. I will always be taken care of. Always, forever. I be ghosting jobs, exactly. Look, I was supposed to be in there. We see each other on a lunch break at a restaurant. You're supposed to be at work today. Oops. So, no, I don't. I never took jobs seriously, and because they never took me seriously, so why should I take them seriously? Okay, that's my mentality for a job. If you don't take me seriously, I can't take you seriously. Done. Working isn't for you. Last time you was a teenager. Yeah, okay. I work. Girl, don't you go marry that old man. Take it from me. Girl, if like I said, life is what you make it. What's gonna be your priority in 10 years? Okay. Just think about that. That's all I say. 10 years from now, what do you want to be? Struggling and working or comfortable and chilling? That's all I can tell you. You said queens don't work. Okay. Any ladies working from home now? Okay. A lot of people work from home. So whatever your priority, like what do you want to be doing at 45, 50? How do you want to spend your day? You know what I'm saying? Just think to the future for 10 years. Do you want to be taken care of, provided for, or do you want to be constantly on the go, trying to make ends meet, struggling, or doing everything by yourself, or going 50-50 with somebody? That's up to you. Mhm. You said, why are the masculinas always hell bent on working? I don't get it. See, it's not like you don't have to work. It's like I would rather work for myself or have my own business to where I call the shots rather than having to work for someone else. That means I have time. I can take days off when I want to. I can, do what I want, dress how I want, go on vacation when I want. I can do all those things because I'm not working for other people. So if you spend your days at home and you create your own like online business or whatever type of business that you want to create, then you work for yourself. And I'm not saying not to work. I'm saying don't work for other people if you don't have to. Establish yourself, and you're going to make way more money anyway, eventually, because you determine your own potential. Okay. They said they hell bent on working corporate jobs and 9 to 5. Well, then let them work, baby. If they want to work and that's their dream, let them work. I mean, who am I to tell them they can't follow their dreams? Shoot. Some women don't want to work. Honestly, if you look a certain way, it's hard to work, especially in a male dominated business. So they're not going to let you just work. You know what I mean? But if they ain't bothering you because you look just like them, then maybe you can work. It won't bother you. And say, if I'm going to be sexually harassed every day and making the bare minimum, I might as well go get sexually harassed every day and don't go to work and get money anyway by getting with some dude. Either way, you're still gonna be harassed. At least you ain't got to do stuff to keep your job if you're in a relationship. Okay. That was my mentality. Look, when I go to work, I look good, I get sexually harassed for this amount of money. I might as well go get sexual harassed for way more money and be in a relationship and not have to give nothing up and don't have to keep no type of job. Works for me. A lot of people don't know the mentality behind why women don't want to work, or why they want to be stay-at-home wives, or why they don't feel comfortable working full time when they have a grown man to provide for them. Because y'all don't know, like I always talk about this in um, the videos as to like women who work, they got work husbands, and a lot of times when you're spending 8 to 12 hours with another man, or a boss, or a CEO, or a coworker, your relationship develops more with them than you do with your own husband. So I mean, what are you really doing? Sending your woman out to work for other men? Okay. That's why men will never win unless they are providers and masculine, because they're woman out there looking at everybody else, talking to everybody else, working for everybody else, respecting everybody else. And then when they come home to you and you asking for 50-50 at the bill time, and they tired and they got to pick up the kids, they don't respect you 1 ounce, baby. Okay. So it's not going to work. And that's why a lot of men hate marriage, is because they women don't respect them because they don't have to. Hmm. You said the next argument against work. It's true, but that doesn't mean you're not going to get money. You can start your own business. Like whatever job you're doing for somebody else, you can do for yourself. If you have the time, the comfort, and the environment to allow yourself to create it and grow, if someone's providing for you. If you're the pretty woman at work and people are jealous, they'll gang up on you. Exactly, girl. You can't even work if you're cute. It's hard to work when you're cute, unless you're the boss. Mhm. If you cute, you know your pain. You know the pain of working. It's like that's why a lot of these women who own their own businesses are cute. Why? Because they have to. They ain't got no choice. They can't stay working. They be sexually harassed everywhere they go, or hated on. So they really have to go and figure it out for themselves. And to me, I mean, that's added benefits for me. Like, if I had to go and clock in and work for somebody every day who's going to harass me because I showed up to work looking like this, I ain't gonna do no work. I'm coming late every day, and you gonna give me my check because I ain't gonna do nothing. If I'm gonna come to work looking like this and you harassing me, okay? Yeah, I better pick a struggle. Mhm. You said you were sexually harassed also at work. Oh my goodness. That's the only reason they be hiring women that look good so they can harass them later. You see- So anyway, sure, if you work for me, you'd be preggers in 5 minutes. Oh my gosh, no, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't be working for you. I'd just be on your payroll, and I would not show up. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said your husband cares about you, your boss doesn't. Well, which one paying me? Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all got to think about that too. You need some money. You need some extra pocket change. Who's gonna give you that money? If your husband love you, he give you the money. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Uh, that's why I can't work. I'm serious. Even if I worked at a church, the pastor be after this. In the name of the Lord. That's the worst place to go if you don't want to be sexually harassed, okay? So in a world where you can't even work in the house of God without being sexually harassed, start your own business, ladies. Get your money, dig your goal, and be out. I got settlement, but I have not told your provider, man. Oh, don't tell him. You said, would I leave my husband if he went broke? He would leave me if he went broke. He wouldn't want to hold me back. Sprinkle. Okay. That's a real man. Say, when you love something, let it free. What if he is a CEO and offers to hire you when you leave university or willing to work for a bit? He also okay with no working and he spoils you. He's just wondering your opinion on working for him. Maybe he's just trying to maybe he's trying to use you for a tax write-off for your allowance. And there has to be some type of evidence that you actually worked for him. So sometimes people put you on a payroll to write you off on their taxes, baby. Sprinkle. All right. Work for 2 weeks and be done. Work for make sure you got witnesses of you showing up to work, okay? Then he gonna say you work from home now. All right. Why I felt like I could hear your voice in my last message. Uh-oh. Sprinkle. Another live. Love you. I watch at least one video every day. Sometimes one video takes me to. Girl, appreciate that, girl. Sprinkle. I will definitely be asking for a Uber gift card. Okay. Ask for everything you want. Okay. See how much you get. Thank you for the sprinkle. You want a man that is retiring well, that wants to give you allowance but can't get it. Do what you gotta do. All right. So yeah, and like a lot of the ladies who have like those sugar daddy relationships, those end up being more friendships anyway. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So keep that in mind. I was just watching the dudes don't be desperate video. I was just okay. You was watching that one. She was low key. I don't want to be in love again. I don't think rationally. Um, I would say if you don't ever want to be in love again, and that's how you feel, then definitely pay attention to your feelings and your instinct, and perhaps know that the best person to be in love with is yourself. Because some people are too confident and too arrogant to be in love with another person, and it may feel like okay, you don't like the feeling of not being, reciprocated. So the best person to be in love with is yourself, not in love with someone else. And if they fall in love with you, it's a whole different story. So be the person that they fall in love with and just be in love with yourself. That's the only advice I can give for anyone who does not want to fall in love anymore. Fall in love with yourself and allow the people to fall in love with you. But at the same time, if you do not fall in love with them, it's probably because you sense something that they're not going to reciprocate, and you just follow that instinct. Just be done. You're not going to reciprocate the love that I give, so I'm not even going to bother. Just give me my money and keep it moving. That's what it's just going to be like in your mind. Now you can say other things. You could be nicer with how you speak, but that's what your mindset is going to be. Hmm. And I feel like a lot of men feel that way too. That's why they are reluctant to fall in love, because the type of women that they fall in love for don't want them. And the same thing for women, the type of they want a masculine provider man. And the man thinks you're using them for their money sometimes. And so nobody wants to fall in love anymore. And so the only people that kind of are in a relationship is going to be a friendship, one sided type of relationship. And that's the best type of relationship that lasts long, that keeps money in your pocket, and keeps you comfortable in life. And that's exactly why I make my videos. And that's exactly why I sharing this message with you guys, because I don't want anybody to think that I'm trying to paint a perfect picture, because I'm not. What I'm trying to tell you is, when people are afraid to commit or fall in love, is because they probably don't feel like the other person is going to reciprocate. And so they don't even really chance it. And they just focus on their priority, the lifestyle that they want, and what they're willing to deal with. Okay. And sadly, it's not the quote unquote ideal romantic relationship, but you make your own life romantic, and whoever is there just fits into that role. Um, and maybe it's not your vision of what that role is supposed to be, but still, you're making it as romantic as possible for yourself and for those around you. So it depends on what you want, because like if you're always working and struggling and going 50-50, you don't even have time to even think about having no romantic life, because everybody's going to be tired. Okay. So make sure you have your priorities in order. Um, and I feel like in order for people to want to fall in love again naturally, people have to come to the conclusion that they have a certain role. And men have to be men. And if they don't want to be that, then there's going to be less women falling in love. That's just going to be it. And especially if those women have standards, it may be temporary, and they may be like, well, you know what am I doing? This is not going to work. I need something that's real, stable, real stable. Okay. The cherry blossoms where some don't see it. You are beautiful as you are. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Um, anyway, I'm experiencing Tinder swindler techniques now. Still pen pal, but those guys has money. Let's see. Um, I never watched that movie. Sorry. I'm not finna watch no movie about no grown men swindling on women. That's too feminine for me, even though I'm a woman. Okay, done. Um, that's the only thing I can tell you. Say you don't mind going back to work. You would use that money to invest in your business and level up to find a real provider man, not a fake one. If you have time. You got time. Time is something you will never get back. So figure out how to make the most amount of money in the least amount of time if you're going to work. Okay. That's the best thing I could tell you. If you're going to work, figure out how to spend less time working and more time doing what you want to do and still getting paid a lot. Um, so, but if you're single, then, yeah, most single women work, or if they're taken care of by, somebody that's not in a committed relationship, then they're still kind of single. They're just being taken care of. Mhm. Shira, how do you ask a man for an allowance? Demand it. Tell him what you need. This is what I'm gonna need every month, baby. Same day, same time. Them bills don't stop. Or we don't have to ever talk about money again if you just put me on that automatic deposit, baby. Put auto deposit every month. Just act like you're uncomfortable talking about it and act serious for 2 minutes and get the conversation out of the way. Look, I really hate talking about money. It's so uncomfortable for me, but here's the deal. Every month I'm going to need this much money to, take care of my bills and things like that. So I don't have to be stressed out and worried. And so I have time to focus on us and our relationship and da da da, so I think it's a good idea. Maybe you could put me on your automatic deposit and that money will just be, deposited into my account on a monthly or weekly basis. And, we can just not have to talk about that anymore and focus on our relationship. Otherwise, I'm going to have to go back to work and get sexually harassed by my boss every day and have to be forced to eat lunch with him and go in his office. And, when he drops stuff, ask me to bend over and pick it up and all this kind of stuff. And I'm going to get frustrated. I'm going to be sad. I'm going to be depressed. And then you ain't going to get none because I'm mad because I got to go to work because you send me to work with some other man. And it's not going to work out. So, you got to pay these bills, baby. Automatic deposit is better because I ain't got to chase you around and ask for nothing. Done. Lay it down straight, and if you can't take it, move on to the next. Meet my standards or meet somebody else. Bye. All right. I think when a woman is frustrated, she's just gonna tell it how it is, just like I did. Look, I'm tired. I'm tired of running around the office, running around the desk. Either you give me the money, or I still, I'm gonna be running around the desk. My boss has to keep asking me that for 7 years. Okay. Can anybody help me find a remote job? Girl, Tinder swindler targeted the working woman. Oh my God, they won't be targeting me because I be asking them for their money. Um, Gasoline are too high. Gasoline prices are too high. Okay. You're looking for a remote job. May I suggest seeking arrangements? Oh my goodness. That's silly. At least get rid of one not providing. True. If you gotta make a choice between two men, get rid of the broke one. Um, you said Tinder swindler uses technique to build trust with career-oriented women. He used to tell himself, uh, what? Later, he asked those women to pay for his private jet. Well, them women stupid. All right. See what is in the water you are drinking. I swear you get more. Oh, sprinkle, sprinkle. I'm not falling for the okey doke for nobody. If they ain't putting deposits in my account, then we ain't got nothing to talk about. Unless we friends. Okay. You could talk to somebody all day, friends, as friends. If there ain't no money going here, money leaving out. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Stop build trust with your mama. Shoot, bye. How do you ask like for a Tesla? Don't ask for a Tesla first. Ask for something like go to where they sell Teslas. and like go to like a park, go to a car dealership where they sell all types of cars, like a CarMax or something, and go look at like something really beat up, but take the person with you. And then all of a sudden see the Tesla over there and run to it and be like, oh my gosh, it's a Tesla. I want to test drive it. I've never driven one before. I just want to test drive it for fun, but we're going to pretend like I'm interested in buying it. Will you go on this test drive with me? Sure. There you go. You said Teslas are only sold in Tesla dealership. Used Teslas? They buy their own ones back. Okay. So sometimes people will buy like a brand new Tesla and like after a month or two, they'll sell it back or upgrade to something else. And a lot of times those type of dealerships have almost brand new cars. So check them out. You said, can he afford a Tesla? Oh, yeah, make sure he can afford what you're asking for. Okay. Why do some men cheat on women they are living with? Because they want to cheat. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Why do we do anything? Because we want to. You know, people walk into my office asking me whose Tesla is outside getting people getting desperate. I know, right? I need to manifest my desires. I need support. They cheaters cheat because they are cheaters. Exactly. Depends on the payment time you agree on. If he pays it off over 7 years, it's not too bad. Okay, y'all talking about car notes. What's the right thing to say before a man brings up how women used him in the past? One of the guys I'm dating brought it up and been thinking of a clever response. Girl, it's my old videos. That's the way to. They're telling you that they're not going to give you no money. That's their subtle way of saying you ain't getting no money. Then you start telling them the same thing. I totally understand you. Men used to date me to use me as arm candy, and not want to pay for things, and they just wanted to sleep with me. And sit there and like that with your lip. Do the same thing in reverse. So now he's still obligated to pay, and he can't ask to sleep with you no time soon. So you just fix what he just did. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Mhm. If anyone else, okay, you're 53 and attract young men. It's sad, but I guess I could use it to your advantage. I don't know. I guess as long as they pay and shoot. Should you have your own car before, girl? Yes, so you can go anywhere you want when you want. Um, exactly, because your fiance's exes were not the best, and he never played victim or talked nonstop about how they hurt him. Hmm. Yeah, if they're starting off telling you their weaknesses and how they got played, that's not very masculine. So you know it's a setup, so that you don't even dare to ask for any money. So that's a red flag. Don't like respond just the way I responded. I absolutely truly know what you mean. It's like you meet people out here and all they want to do is use you as arm candy and try to rush to sleep with you, and they don't want to you know, take you out and, properly court you. And then they're upset when you have to work a lot and when you're stressed out because your boss sexually harasses you every day. And, it's kind of like it's very frustrating dating these days because like it's just very frustrating. So I definitely understand what you're going through. It must be terrible for a man such as yourself to only be thought of as, the successful person that can actually, help ease the stresses of women and, the audacity to want them, you know, to provide for them while they're sleeping with them or dating them and using their free time to be seen in public with them. The audacity. Anyway, okay, because it's crazy. Like first, especially if you're dating older men. Like first of all, if you look good and you're seen out in public with someone who does not look as good as you, they needs to be paying pure per for something. Automatic deposits, car notes, bills, something. Put you on a payroll for tax purposes so you can get your money and don't got to go to work. I don't know, but something. Back in the old days, y'all know, like late 90s, early 2000s, the priorities of a lot of women were what I'm talking about. They wouldn't date you unless you had money, you had a nice car, you could pay some bills, especially if you looked good. You're not finna be with nobody broke. Okay. So that mentality back then is why a lot of women, you know, have the success that they have because they were able to be comfortable, start their own business, not have to worry about working, not have to worry about dating a dusty, da da da. And so nowadays, it's like everybody wants to be equal, treated equal, 50-50, and they wonder why no one has the life that they want anymore because they're too busy trying to, piece it together. Okay. How do you get him to buy you a car if he already owns four luxury cars and plan to buy a fifth? He needs to take one of them cars, take the title, and put it in your name. Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's what he need to go ahead and do, or buy you the car that you want. If somebody is buying five luxury cars and you ain't driving luxury or the car you want, then you need to be dating other people at the same time. Okay, sprinkle, sprinkle. What age did I marry? Mm, well, how old was I? 26. Yeah, 26. Um, so I mean that's kind of the norm, right? 26 years old. Mm, my sis had that mentality, but ended up living with a dusty. She's still single and like I said, think about 10 years from now. That's how you have to see your life. 10 years from now. Um, I can't get men to do squat diddly online or in person. I'm gonna work on it at the club, girl. You can. I think it's how people ask. Like you have to insinuate. You have to be like expecting of it. You have to be like, this is the only way. You have your standards got to be put in place. There ain't no asking. There's only expectation and standards. That's it. You come in there with standards, you keep your standards. They either meet them or they gotta go. And also, you have to realize some men are not going to meet those standards, and you have to stop dating those types. I'll repeat that. Some men are never going to meet those standards, so stop dating those types. Date the types that are going to meet the standards. Is that simple? Mhm. That's it. Do I like going to the movies? You mean on a date? Not on a date, but like after we've been dating a while and then we ain't got nothing else to do. There's a movie out we want to see, but not as a form of entertainment on a date. Take me somewhere where we can do something. Mhm. That's a high school date. Um, okay. You are recovering Bonetta, and you are very pretty and nice. You just need encouragement also on a tight budget. Okay. Well, at least you learned. You still learn to love your husband. You care for him deeply and love him for being a good provider. That's all you can do. Back in the old days, that's how women were. Back in the old days, that's what women had to do anyway. Still, but they still were able to live the lifestyle that they wanted. They weren't struggling. They weren't, scrubbing a toilet, and they were living their life. Okay, that's all I can say. Like honestly, it's priorities. How do you want to live? And sadly, sometimes people got to make a choice. Do you want to like? And you don't know what that man that you're all googly, in love with is going to look like in 10 years from now. And if he's going to be faithful to you in 10 years from now, and if he's going to look better or worse than you in 10 years from now, but you do know what you got at a certain, with a certain type of person, and that's what you can depend on. So definitely, like, you may have some men that are really picky about, what you look like, how perfect you are, what you do for a living, and speed down 10 years and see what they look like. Okay. Fast forward 10 years and see what they look like, what their bank account look like, and what you look like. Okay. Like I'm looking like, okay, he not even looking the same. He ain't making the same type of money. His eyeball is Roman. I'm going with the dude that I know that's gonna give me what I need. Done. Okay. He's feeling insecure because he ain't looking like he used to look and he ain't making what he used to make. I gotta go where the money is gonna stay flowing in my direction all day, every day, same amount. That's where I'm going. Okay. I can't depend on, somebody that's not even able to be depended on. So plan ahead, close your eyes and see your future. Be like Raven, like, I can see into the future. And be like, okay, this ain't gonna work out. I need you to treat me like the standards that I put there. That's it. Because you don't like and sometimes men will be like, well, what if you look different? Or what if I do and what if you do? I'm gonna still have the same standards. Okay. And done. Okay. The standards don't change. Y'all see them old couples be looking crazy, booty be shaking to their knee, but they still getting their doors open and their bills paid. Okay. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Standards don't change. People do. Boobies be down to their belly button, but that man still opening that door, bringing them their morning coffee, paying all them bills. Okay. Because that's the man they chose to do the job that that man is doing, and the standards were met. They did not change. So, mhm. Your daughter's boyfriends are going to have a hard time impressing their mother-in-law. My daughter's boyfriends are going to have a hard time impressing them because of what they've got to experience in life because of me and my choices. So, their boyfriends are going to be thinking they're doing something special. My mom do that every week. We go eat here after school every day or every week. Then I'm trying to take them to this nice fancy restaurant. Like, my mama take me here every week and I order what I want. So yes, it's gonna be hard, but at the same time, they're gonna have to find a balance. And I'm gonna explain to them the value of money and that, what I do, a lot of people can't do for you, baby. You're gonna have to figure it out and choose the life you want. Okay. It's like you want to eat this every day, then you're gonna either have to pay or find someone that's gonna be able to pay for you. Your choice. This is how I live. This is what you're used to. Now it's up to you to make that decision. It's like I would never force my children to be with someone just because they had money. That's their option. That's their choice. But I will introduce them to the finer things in life and they will see how, the value of money allows that choice to be had. And then they'll choose for themselves. But they do need to know that there's options. Why do women accept 50-50? For they think they have to be the independent or power. A real woman knows that power is not in who pays the bills. Because ask them women and who don't pay no bills, who got all the power in the relationship. Okay? That's what I keep thinking. If you smart, that's your power. If you know how to get what you want, that's your power. It has nothing to do with bill pay, believe me. And the reason a lot of women want to be independent is, think about this. If someone was paying all the bills, you have time to truly become independent because you won't be dependent on a boss, on a job, on a payday. So who's really independent? An entrepreneur housewife that does not work for someone else, whose husband totally provides all the bills, or someone that depends on a paycheck? Who's truly independent? Because, for example, if everything shut down again tomorrow due to whatever, I'm still going to get paid. Okay? And my bills are going to be paid because I'm paid. And my husband going to take care of the bills. So, who's truly independent? If you have a boss, you are not independent. That's what I'm going to tell y'all to the day I die. If you have a boss, you're not independent. Take that from someone who does not answer to any time sheet, who don't have to be nowhere at a certain time, who can do what she wants when she wants. That's independence, the freedom. So, women can call themselves independent as long as they want, but the truth is that you're not independent until you are your own boss. You said some women aren't ready for that conversation. They, I don't really feel like they may take the same, priorities. Like, for example, you can be independent as far as paying your own bills, but you're not independent on the highest level, which means you work for yourself. So I took a shortcut to become truly independent, and I don't regret it. There you go. You don't have a mind for business, I'm not a leader. Then you're never going to be truly independent. Okay, you don't have to be a leader. Who do I lead? Myself. You can't lead yourself. That's all I'm saying. I don't have any employees except for myself. So be the leader of yourself. Your current boyfriend no longer earns enough for me, so now I'm leveling up for spring. Okay. All the independent women in the All the independent women during the whole COVID thing and the shutting down of jobs and all of that, who have to get, stuck to keep their job. All of those independent women, all of those women who have to go get medically treated to keep their jobs, and all those independent women who have to, adhere by the rules. They're only independent in the as far as paying the bills that occur each month. Okay, there's different levels of independence. That's what it is. So my independence is true independence. I'm free. I ain't got to do nothing unless I want to. That's independence. Pure. Per. There you go. So strive for true independence, ladies. No matter how you get there, at least you get there. What was my last job? What was my last job? I can't remember. I probably was a private tutor or some type of tutor for a nonprofit organization. And it wasn't really for money. It was just to get out of the house and look cute and, do something, use my brain. That was when I was mm, very young, not very young, but just when my and it was in the evening for like 1 hour. I wanted to give back to the community. Yes, I was a science tutor for a junior high school. I wouldn't really count that as a job. But my last real job where I got a steady paycheck and was dependent on money to pay my own bills, I was 22. And I was a mortician. So my last job. Working with the dead, baby. Um when you independent, you also don't have to deal with microaggressions from racist people. I know you can cuss people out and talk about their mama and still keep moving with no worries. But you can say what you want, when you want, how you want, and no one can control you. Or no one has the authority to tell you, oh, well, don't show back up here for work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So that's true independence. And if we want to really get into that conversation, that's for another day. But um, the picture that they paint for women is to fall in love, to be independent, to go 50-50. That's the new picture. The old picture was marry sensibly, marry up, you know. And if you want, now that women have equal rights, start your own business, work how you want, when you want, um, raise your children, be in their lives, have the time for it, and be you. That's it. Now it's be 50-50, be independent, spoil your man. I mean, but who is this geared towards mostly? I don't think so. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be that ever. The only reason I'm going to spoil my man is if he spoiled me more to where what I'm doing, it doesn't even seem like spoiling. I got to feel guilty for all the stuff you done did to me to even think about spoiling you. That's how it has to be, because it's not going to really feel right with me. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. They're also telling women to get a career, be equal, and have kids, except so many in their 30s are struggling to get pregnant doing that. Exactly. Um, yeah, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm gonna pick one, and that's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get paid either way. Uh, we hold all the cards and all the power, and for what we want to do. And I say, choose what makes you happiest and what makes you live your best life. And think ahead. Like don't be like, what do I want right now? Do I want to be laid up with this dusty rolling around on a mattress? Or in 10 years, do I want to have a nice house, nice car, be able to stay home, raise my own kids, eat what I want, go where I want, be on vacation when I want, have my own business? What do I want? That's what you need to think about. And be done. And don't look back. There's always going to be a dusty in the rafters waiting for you to roll around in the bed, and that's your choice if you want to do that or not. But in the meantime, you need to also make sure that you are prioritizing yourself in the correct direction to stabilize your future and your children's future. Okay, because it's always going to be a dusty waiting to roll around somewhere, and whether you do that or not is up to you. But at the same time, make sure your lifestyle is secured. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You said I wouldn't say independent, but financially free. Right. Definitely financially free and independent are two different things. Just like high value and leveled up are two different things. Okay. So it's like high value can become low value in 2 seconds. It things like if it depreciates, but leveled up will always be leveled up. Okay, period. Keep that in mind. We've been on here for 4 hours. Good. That's the highest. No, it's only been 2 hours and some change. That's how I used to do it. Like I have no problem sitting here talking for hours and hours to help other women to get to the level that they need to get to, or to get the mentality that they're trying to get. Don't let people allow you to fall for the okey doke. Don't let your priorities be taken not seriously. They are your priorities. This is your life. You need to be living how you want to live. Okay, not how they want you to live. Not how they think you should live so that they can live the comfortable life too without working as hard for what they're supposed to be doing. That's why their body stature is built bigger and stronger than yours because they can endure more work than you. Okay. Not the opposite around. Not the opposite. So your body is a feminine body and you're putting in double work than men. So what's their body being used for? Nothing, right? So that's why a lot of women are aging prematurely, having problems getting pregnant, being stressed out, worn out because their body is not equipped to do all the work that it's doing. Calm down, take some tea, drink, go find you a man that's going to support you and stop trying to be the man that supports another man. Okay? That's it. Done. See y'all later. Bye.